Big Boy's
Big
Neighborhood,
Boy.
beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. This is another one of those where I wish somebody would come in and try to do and say something to us right
What's
now.
up, though?
Yeah. Any
Bring it.
haters, y'all come on up here right now.
You Instagram haters, where you
Yeah,
at,
and
though?
get y'all asses whooped. You know what I'm saying, man? We got Cody Garbrandt in the
yeah,
neighborhood.
man.
Cody, welcome
No
back
love.
to the neighborhood, man.
Appreciate you having me on back.
Well, we love you. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Yeah, man.
do we say that or do we say no love? No, I'm just playing. No, but it's another huge fight that's going down for you, man. And this is you and Dillashaw getting it on for the second time. And of course, man, you know, with the L from the first one, what did you learn? You know what I'm saying? Because they say there's you have to learn a lesson from, you know, losing a fight. What did you learn, Cody?
Yeah, I'm from the school of Hard Knocks, so I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And you know, that was a lesson learned, you know, going in there and, you know, not being well prepared, you know, doing little things wrong in camp. It cost me the fight. And you know,
What did you do when you say little things wrong?
I mean, I was injured. You know, I was almost
yeah.
out for a whole year. You know, I was trying to get back on the big card, you know, make the most money. Madison Square Garden came up, kind of saw all that and maybe rushed it a little bit to get you know, on the card. But you know, lesson learned.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that. You know, I won the world championship at a young age. I lost at a young age. I'm gonna win it back. So I learned a lot, man, about myself. You know, and I've had that my whole entire life. A little bit of adversity. It was actually, I'm more motivated. You know, I was more motivated.
Yeah, man.
Now than even winning the world championship. You know, now
because when you get something, and not that you like thinking like, oh, you know, but when you get something and when you so-called lose something, then that fight becomes totally different, and it becomes it's another and a different purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, big time.
Now, with this one going around, man, how have you and Dillashaw been just talking? You know what I'm saying?
Man, he's been bumping his guns like crazy.
So much.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying nothing because they're both professional fighters.
It's good. I let him, you know, I can't even be mad at the guy. He's going to go out there and try to sell pay-per-views, do his thing. But this pay-per-view, I mean, it is what it is. He's going to go out there and he's trying to sell the fight. He's trying to get me emotional because he knows that that's the only way he's going to win. If I get emotional, lose my emotions in there, he knows he can't hang with me.
What will you do different this fight? Or how are you feeling that's different?
First and foremost, I'm healthy. I had a great camp, man. I was able to go 12 weeks hard, pushing the pace, put myself in, you know, horrible situations in the gym, just, you know, getting tired, pushing that pace, going an extra round, you know, making adjustments, you know, little things. I watched the fight over again. And the first round, man, this dude couldn't even hold my jockstrap.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and I came off the couch.
Is it hard to watch a fight?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to watch my fights, especially when you get knocked out. It's like, damn, you got to relive that again. But that's the thing that motivates me. It's like, all right, I'll be sitting on the couch on a Sunday, and I'm like, oh, that'll flash in my mind. And I remember everyone, you know, my family, my friends, my coaches. It wasn't just that I lost and that we all lost. It was like, damn, like that's when we won.
Does that
big
carry
time.
a lot of weight going in, or you know how to put that in a certain compartment?
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't carry a weight or pressure or stress on me because fighting, I've always done it. It's something like I think last time that I went in there, I was overthinking. If I just go in there and be in like a flow state, like, oh, I'm gonna see this.
Yeah, just liquid.
Yeah, I'm gonna dip some punches and do some dance moves, and you know, like just be in the flow state and not think about this combo, that combo, what he's gonna do. Just go in there and like, fighting is our most primal instinct that we've ever had. You know, since we've been in existence.
Cody, when did you first start like any kind of fighting?
I remember early on, young, I had a brother that's 10 months older than me. He was always bigger, stronger than me. Always, you know, we was always
So the brawls started at the house first.
My mom always says even when she would take us as young, we'd always be rolling around underneath she'd take us shopping in the grocery store or the mall.
Goodness.
Be rolling around in the clothing rack. She got us in wrestling at 5 years old. But my uncle Robert, he was a boxer. He got incarcerated. It's a lot of the story in the book, The Pack. But he was a boxer, and then once he got out of prison, he kind of was our father figure in our life. And he took us to the gym. He would sneak us off. My mom never wanted us.
She
to
wanted
box.
y'all to not box, right?
Hell no. She did not want us to be punched.
But she was okay. So she was okay with like the wrestling, the other kinds of self defense at some point.
Yeah, the
but
wrestling,
boxing was like
boxing. Yeah, I don't think she wanted to be for us to be like Bob, Uncle Bob. He's he's a little out there.
Right. Don't you be like my brother.
Yeah.
You stay away from your Uncle Bobby.
So he would always sneak us off. He'd always drive us down to the gym, and he'd have us put on the boxing gloves, hit the pads with us, and do it. Young. So I always remember being in the gym grinding, and before even I knew what fighting was, we wrestled. And then it wasn't until about 14 that I kind of really took a passion for it, loved fighting.
And it was more wrestling at that time.
Wrestling nonstop, man. We year round. We probably logged in 500-600 wrestling matches. We went all kinds, went all over the world, all over the nation. Actually, our mom would pack us up in the van and drive
see, my
everywhere.
son, when I put him in martial arts, the first thing I did was put him on the ground. You get that floor in, man. It's like it's a whole different world, because even the best guys that think like, oh, he's a knockout artist, oh, that's my homeboy, he's sweet. Like, get him on the ground and see how much he panics.
Different.
I would say at least it has to be over 80% of even street fights go to the ground. Everyone, it's crazy. You have to have that. And I think jiu-jitsu groundwork is huge, just to control someone. But it's nothing sweeter than knocking someone out cold. Is
there, and you've been around this for many years, but is there a certain way, like when you walk into a room, is there a certain like knowing that you can whoop everybody ass in there? It's gotta be where you just like,
you just
man,
like the aroma. It's like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But is there like a confidence where it's like, I'm not tripping off of nobody in here? That's where I am when I walk in a room with my gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had a couple guns, probably.
No, but is there a difference? Like,
no, I don't think so. Because I'm in a
it's
sport that keeps you humbled, man. Like, you might be on top of the world one day, and the next thing you get hit with a body shot. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
You just see
when was your last street fight, Cody?
Ooh.
Is it rest in peace to that person?
Yeah, it was that's when I first came out to Sacramento. It was wild.
How many years ago was that? Like 4?
4 years ago.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I stayed calm.
They pushed you to the point where you had to
it was
fight
crazy.
or defend yourself?
Literally, the first time I go out with all these alpha male guys, my teammates, and we go out, and this guy, it was it's close, a little bar, so everyone's bumping into each other. I see this big country fed dude in a flannel shirt just shouldering people and just like, so I'm like, oh, and in my mind, I'm like, this guy's probably gonna get in a fight tonight, like thinking that.
Not even thinking with you,
right? Yeah. So we go to this Mexican burrito spot and get this. They're like, "Oh, you have to have this." We're in line. Next thing you know, we're at the end of the line. My boy Eric Sanchez, and this guy walks in. I just kind of take a deep breath, like, "Oh shit!" Like, here we go. Like, I'm just like, "I'll act cool." Like, order our stuff. So I grabbed my food. He was like bumping his gums at my buddy, and Eric was cool. Like, he's like, "Oh man, it's cool." Like, bump into him. He's like, "Oh my bad," but it was
like,
totally
how
that
tall?
Dude's.
You think he was?
Man, he was over 6'5", just big grizzly. Man, he looked like a grizzly bear. So he was one of those dudes that was trying to be a bully. He had the size, like no one's gonna mess with me. I'm like, I've taken down bigger giants than you. You know what I mean? Like, try me. But I wasn't even at that. I was like, I'm just gonna let this guy do his thing. I sit down, I'm eating my burrito, and he's still jawing with Eric. And Eric's like, "Oh, I'm good, man. Like, it's cool." Like, and his girl walked by and I said, "Hey," I got her attention. I said, "Hey, excuse me, ma'am." I said, "You might want to keep your guy, just calm down a little bit. Like, we don't want no problems." And next thing you know, she goes back to her booth and comes back over. She was hella drunk. Comes like up in my face. I'm like eating my burrito. I'm sitting down. She's like, "Ah," and she's like spitting. I'm like, "Ma'am," I was like, "You need to back up. You're spitting all over my burrito." Like, like I'm hungry as hell.
It's expensive. We're in California.
This big ass burrito. Bro, I was hella mad. She was like, "I ain't spitting." She was backed up, went spit, right? I'm holding my burrito right, that she spit right on my hand. And I was like, and she took off running back to their booth. And I had this piping hot burrito. I was just like, launched it, drilled her right in the head with it.
Bam! You like, okay.
I'm like, all right. And this guy's name's, we find out the guy's name. He stood up. He's like, "You guys are getting it." I'm like, oh, this guy's getting melted, right? Next thing you know, the guy runs up on, my buddy tries to hit him and missed every punch. He tried to hit a 5-piece. I'm like, these guys are really, what's going on? Like, get this fool. And next thing you know, these girls get in my face like, "You want to fight?" I'm like, "Look, like, relax. It's all good." I'm like, "Russell's got, this dude's got to get busted up." So I got this booster seat, and like there's a crowd of people. So I'm in the back. I'm just like, so the first time going out with these guys, I'm like, I have a line drive. I pick up this booster seat, and throw it, man, from across the restaurant. Blast this dude right in the face. And it hits him so hard, it bounces forward and goes over his head and knocks out all his teeth. And his soon-to-be wife was like, "Russell, our wedding's next weekend." I was like, I was like, oh,
Fuck you, Russell.
That's what I said. I said, fuck you, Russell. We all bounced out. And next thing you know, like, but even the restaurant owner was like, this guy, he deserved it. He was like knocking over a tray, just being an asshole, drunk asshole, busting all his teeth out. That was the funniest thing. His wife's like, Russell, our wedding's next week, and his teeth all dude. I hit him with that booster chair, like it was all getting crazy, and literally everyone stopped and turned at me, like.
Hey man,
it was him.
Hey dude, and now that you have your little one, when you go to a restaurant now, you probably the boosted chair probably look totally different. Now, like, you know, I want to use that as a weapon.
Yeah, I did.
Hey man, he lucky
Here,
that you
son.
didn't get him to the ground and put the paws on him too, because that could have been a whole different world.
He tried to fight with a couple of my friends, and he kept getting pulled back in the booth. The girl, every time they'd miss every punch. I'm like, oh, this guy's got to get, there's repercussion for his girl spitting on my
hell
hand.
yeah.
I was mad. I was heated. I was like, oh. So that was my last one.
Russell, we got
Russell, we're getting married.
Hey man, I would love
picking him up.
Hey dude, I would love to see the wedding pictures now. Russell on there like,
Dude, busted teeth. He was bleeding everywhere, man. His teeth was out. Like,
hey man, when you ask for it and you get it,
man.
it's your fault.
That dude was asking for it all night, and unfortunately, I was.
Hey man, Cody probably watch your fights like that's him.
That's him. It comes out now after the big boy show. He's like, oh,
I'm suing him for new teeth and everything.
Even yours are expensive.
Right here in Cali, and I'm doing teeth and everything. You see, I put the southern accent on. You got to do the southern accent when you put it on the man.
For sure.
Cody, you're a new dad right now, bro. Does that give? Yeah, congrats to you.
Yeah.
Does that give you a different and an extra kind of energy for what you're about to do this weekend?
Man, it totally changed my life ever since it came out. I was like, man, this, like we were talking earlier, it gave me purpose. I wake up every day and never second guessing, like, man, I might take a day off.
Right.
I might take a rest day. It's like, nope, I look at him, he's giggling, change his diaper, feed him, go to the gym and grind. And, when I push through that, and he's been my sole motivation. And at a time that I needed it too, coming off my first professional career loss, in Madison Square Garden, it was easy to get up on the horse. It was easy to get back in the grind and do that because I got mouths to feed now.
Yeah, man.
He looks at me every day like
it's a whole it's a whole different world, bro. And it's crazy because even my kids now, my son is 11, my daughter be 10 in September. But I look at my kids, Cody, and I'm like I do it all for you. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, man, and you'll understand this when I say it. In the neighborhood, heard me say it before. It's like, when you have your kids, there's nothing that you've ever fallen in love with faster and unconditionally in your life. When you hold your son, Cody, it was like, it's totally different from a belt, a match. It's like, dude, I just met you and I will kill for you or be killed for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I instantly love you. And we've never fallen in love, even with our queens, faster than you fall in love with your kids.
I love my girl, but my boy.
Yeah.
Don't tell her that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, No, I'm just saying you love him. Hey, man, you see how he said it? I love my girl, man. I don't know what's going on at your house. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, there's no word for it, man. I'm no love, so maybe got to change my name up.
Yeah.
I'm a softie with him.
Yeah, just no love for you and you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, with him it's all love.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And he's on Instagram as well, or
he's on Instagram. Yep.
Oh wow, he has an Instagram.
How many followers? I think I looked it up.
man,
It's like what? Over 8,000 followers?
Yeah, we just started. I gotta stay more active with it. But
Business is booming.
hey man, have you ever just let him just get the phone and whatever he hit, that's what you put out?
bro, he literally every
Replace the
time I
comments.
get the camera out, he's like looking up. He's alert. He's smiling. He'll laugh.
He's ready for it.
Yeah, he's
dope.
It's like, put me on.
What if
Upload
he
this.
came-
Put me on. Give me them followers.
Would you let him be a professional fighter?
You know, I have the questions popped up a couple of times, and I'm like, I don't know. I fight for them so they don't have to. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, this is a sport, or I don't even call it a sport, man. Fighting ain't a sport. They try to portray it as a sport, but the lifestyle it's rough, man. It's a rough way to make a living, but I don't know if it's something that he's passionate about. Like, he's gonna be in the gym. I'm gonna take him. I want to, like you said, you got your kids into martial arts. I think it's good for them to learn the self-defense and learn that hard work, dedication, that it takes to get in there. But I don't know, man. I'd like for him to golf. That'd be cool.
I heard
you know what I
you
mean?
said,
Like,
but you
thing
said
ever.
it's a hard sport,
Yeah.
and we see that it is.
Yeah, we
but when
do.
you said it, the way that you said it and the look, what do we not see? Or when you say it's a hard sport, because we'll see you guys come in and if it's 3 to 5 rounds, we'll watch a little bit of the training, but we don't know what the sacrifices are and how hard it gets to the point where we say, oh, he's made it. Just that road. How hard is it to be a professional fighter?
I think it's one of the hardest things. I mean, everything's hard in life at the top level, the highest level that you get. But it's, I mean, just the wear and tear that you put on your body. You know what I mean? Your brain. I'm in there every day getting punched in the head. You don't know, like, the later terms, 15 years down the road, like, what's going to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? From that. So I just take it for granted, trying to make all the money I can, you know, be, you know, financially set for my family, put them in college.
And
all
we
that.
say, man, no, we fight for our money. We like, no, you don't fight for your money.
We
You
fight
know what I'm
for
saying?
it. Yeah,
like, you fight
blood
for
money.
your money.
It's literally blood money, man. We go in there and fight for it. And I love it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, it's the best job I ever had, you know, love it.
Right.
But it's,
Did you ever have another job? Like,
I mean, little jobs, like doing like concrete. And my uncle owned a concrete business, so we did, you know, manual work like that. But no, not really. Just I always wanted to fight since I was little. But yes, I mean, thinking like some things that you don't see is just outside, like the injuries, man, compiled injuries. Every day there's, I mean, we go in there. If you would film a session of our training session, what we're able to go through, and you have to do that for like 12 weeks to get ready for the fight, and then go in there and fight 25 minutes. And it's like,
fighting someone who's done that too.
That's
And both of you guys are going in, God willing, at the best that you can be.
most, you know, strongest, cardio, sharp, fast. I mean, just like on point, ready to go in there and you know, be a world champion, the best in the world. You know,
Cody, is it important for you to satisfy the crowd too? You know how, like, sometimes when something's not going on, like, which one did I just watch that surprised me?
the heavyweight fights?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the last heavyweight fight that we saw that nothing happened.
Oh,
You got to
man.
get in there, big boy, and slap him
No,
around.
not at all, man. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I retired. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Once
You
I
got
got
kids.
you know what I'm saying? And it really brought a different thing to me when I had my kids. I was like, you know what? What am I fighting for? You know, and not that I gave it up. It was more so I did all I could do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been posterized by so many champions that you get to a point where I did my job. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to take your they're trying to take,
I gave you
They're
your
trying to get a
W.
name off you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I gave you your W.
It was the Derek Lewis fight, the Francis Ngannou one.
Oh my
Remember?
God, man! I
We were
thought
just
these
sitting there
cats
like,
were gonna go
what's
out there.
happening
How
here?
do you feel about when, like, the mixed martial arts and boxing? When we saw the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather.
I think it's great. You know, I think the cross between, you know, the boxing and MMA, you got a lot of MMA stars, but you have some boxing stars, but not as, you know, I think the UFC is so, you know, fast growing and so many disciplines, but we do boxing. You know, so we should be able to be allowed to box. You know what I mean? And we shouldn't be just under one contract where we're doing MMA. You know, Bo Jackson, he played football, he played baseball.
Yes,
I think we
sir.
should be able to do boxing. It's in what
Would
we
you
do.
would you do a boxing match?
I would
if
love
the right
to. I would love to. I would
I
love to. I
heard
mean, that's
that.
why I grew up boxing. I have over, you know, 30-some amateur boxing matches, and I would love to box. But I love MMA because you can just be as vicious as you want. You can drop an elbow, you can head kick someone, you can flying knee them. Boxing's great. You can, you know, stand and punch them. But I just think MMA, I fell in love with it so much more because you can use all your, you know, your 8 limbs. You can use everything.
Do you have a relationship with Conor McGregor?
No, not
Okay,
really.
why
no.
you didn't go to jail for throwing? No, I'm just.
No, let's talk about that.
Money.
How the hell did he
That's-
not go to jail?
Yeah.
Like, if you had me picking up a dolly,
Yeah.
throwing it through a bus, or my homeboy Smokey, we be in jail right now.
We
How did-
cuffed and stuffed, tased.
Yeah, man,
for
exactly.
sure.
Beat the hell all the way to back.
How do you think the UFC handled that, or even Dana White, just with the, with obviously you can't go against the law, but just whatever happened, the outcome was there. A lot of fighters said that he should have been suspended. If that would have been any other fighter, I'm pretty sure they would have suspended him or did
Yeah, I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
I mean, I think that's in a tough position. You know, it's like you got to fight for. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Do you think he
That's-
gets special treatment just because?
I definitely think so. You know,
Yeah.
what he's done in the sport. I think anybody in life, if you know, it's actors or anything, they do get DUIs or doing anything, they get cut a
Let
little, you
go.
know, slap on the wrist because it's who you are. You know, it's your
Influence.
yeah, influence exactly.
Connections.
How much of here
Thank you.
today, gone tonight can happen in UFC? Because with MMA, you know, the crowd and we as spectators were so fickle. You know, you gotta constantly, constantly win. Even when you're in there, and if you have a 30-second break of something, boo,
Yeah, right away.
boo, like fight,
Right.
like
Yeah.
Stand them up.
yeah, like
Right away.
How do you deal with that? With protecting yourself and having to be a showman as well?
Yeah, I always, you know, visualize myself being an entertainer. I'm always going to go out there and, you know, win, lose, or draw. I'm going to go out there and give it my all. and put on a fight that people are always going to remember, even if I get my ass kicked. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to get my ass kicked or, win the fight. But I think it's about, when going in there, you have to win the fight. You get 2 checks. You show up, you get paid to weighing in, then you win the fight, you get the rest of the money. You know what I mean? So you have incentive to win. So it's about just capturing that W.
Is there a winner's check, or you know what your so-called purse is going to be?
Right now I'm fighting for a flat rate.
Okay.
But on the come up, it was like, all right, you're showing up for X amount of dollars, and then if you win, you get this much more.
Damn, how many fights did you have before you were considered like pro?
I had
guesstimate.
Amateur. I had 8 amateur fights.
Okay.
And then I had now what? I'm 11-1 now, so this will be my 13th professional fight.
Good Lord have mercy. And every time you got to get it right.
Yep. You have to have everything. The training. That's what people don't. These fans don't understand when they're in there hollering this and that. They don't understand like what it takes. First, to show up to the fight healthy. To make the weight. Then to go in there and perform. Rehydrate, perform.
Are there fights where you went in and not just Dillashaw, but has there been fights where, Cody, it's always been kind of something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple I can look back on and be like, man, but when you sign the contract, you gotta show up. You gotta,
What do you have a pre-fight ritual or superstition?
I usually
Are you one glove before the other, or
I used to. I used to be super superstitious, but I kind of cut all that. I used to always get my hair cut in a certain way, a certain day. Came out to the same walkout song, which I'm switching it up.
Yeah, all right.
Switching up this time.
Are you
going
switching
out to
up?
Logic. I am great. I am the greatest.
Hello.
Motherfuckers getting no love.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like this is it.
He's
I
out
show
here in
up to
LA. You
blow
should
up.
just get him and walk you out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Link that up.
Come on,
Connect
Logic.
that.
Yeah, set it
call.
up, Louis. If you
I
don't
got
get
you,
beat
Cody.
your ass.
Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
I'll tweet
Come
him.
through.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, good Lord.
think he would, though.
Yeah, have
Good
Louis
idea.
set that up for
Got
you.
you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
got
Louis,
you.
don't leave him hanging.
Come on.
I know somebody.
He
Cody.
was afraid to tap your
He's
fist
got-
because
yeah,
you're going to break his hand.
He's got some people.
Yeah,
got
you
you.
do have some
Yeah,
people.
put me
Well,
on.
UFC 227 is
Yeah,
going
man.
down this Saturday, August 4th at the Staples Center. That's TJ Dillashaw taking on Cody Garbrandt. It's going to be a hell of a fight, man.
man.
Make sure that you guys grab
Been
that
waiting for
on
this.
pay-per-view. Yeah, man. And you know what I love, man? I just love the excitement, and especially knowing what you guys are going in for. You're going in to get the W from an L. TJ, he's saying that he's going to knock you out. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, even if it's talking, we're talking, but no one wants to go in there and not give their all. So with that, I think we're going to have a great fight, man.
Excited for it, man. I want the best TJ to come up and the best me to go out and put on a performance. But it's going to be a war.
Cody, just being from Ohio, Cleveland, LeBron James, man, coming to LA. What are your thoughts?
How far out from Cleveland were
About
you?
little over an hour.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not
alrighty.
too far. LA Bron, man.
Yeah.
I've always supported that dude.
Yeah.
Like I've been a fan of him since he's been in high school. Even when he went to Miami, he was out there chasing greatness.
Right.
He put in the years. He brought a championship back to Cleveland. He did what he was able to do.
Yeah.
There. Now it's time to move on. And I'm happy for him.
How do you think Ohio fans should actually take this? Because I know there's a lot of people are mad. A lot of people, what he gave us a championship. He did obviously 10 years for the city. Like,
Yeah. I mean, 10 years is a lot of
Yeah,
time
man.
to be there, and they weren't really bringing him. Who were they bringing him in? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So he wants to go out there and do his thing. I'm happy he's out here. It's closer for me to come watch some games.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's crazy because and even in LA they got to put somebody with them because teamwork make the dream work. We saw it with the last ones, but in your sport it's like you can have everybody around you training. It's like as soon as they lock the cage, you're like, it's alrighty.
where you at?
Yeah,
Like,
you can have
I'll
all
be-
the cheerleaders in the world, and you get in there and it's like, hear that.
Yeah, alrighty.
Let's
Like,
do this shit.
like I
Like,
can
what
go
was that?
in.
You want me to hit him with what?
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
when you get back in there, like, dude, you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your corner comes in and is like, hey, look, I need a little bit more of this. It's like,
Like, yeah.
give me some water.
Like, alrighty, yeah, and you listen, you
Oh, yeah.
got a good squad. You
I
know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
great squad,
Yeah,
man.
and
Killers.
you listen, but it's crazy that it's just
Funny,
like man, like
Shut up, what do you mean?
if I can go in, like if I was the NBA, if I can go into a fight with 5 people that I can choose, I'll be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna bring this person.
Yep.
You know,
I'm bringing the baddest dudes in.
Yeah.
Who would you bring, Cody, if it was
Who would I
one of
bring?
those
The
5
top
people?
Top 5?
Yeah.
I would definitely have to bring Uriah.
Uh-huh. Oh,
He has
yeah.
no quit in him. He has no quit.
Yeah.
He'll break both his hands, still try to knock you out with his elbow.
Uh-huh.
And Man, definitely Chris Holdsworth, Danny Castile, my Uncle Robert,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Michael Milan. That's the 5 people.
Go
that I bring
ahead.
in.
Uncle Rob probably,
That's my co- hey, that's
Uncle
my
Rob
corner.
probably just do it for free.
Hey, that's the guy that sometimes when I was younger, like he would be in the corner hollering some stupid ass shit. I'm like, in the fight, like, bro, relax, I got this, calm down.
You like 15, he over there, stab that motherfucker! Stab him, Cody!
Yeah, we'd be fighting in the ghettos like car washers, and he'd be hollering some stupid shit. I'm like, bro, we're gonna literally get killed when we leave this place. Like, we better shut the hell up. Let's just get this win.
that's
Yeah.
funny.
How old is Uncle Robert now?
He's 39.
Oh,
I wanna
man.
meet him,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, 49. 49
Okay,
I'm sorry.
yeah, but he's still young enough to fight too, though.
Oh, he's got it, man. Dude can do the splits. He's in good
Oh.
shape. Bro. He's fast.
Meet him, bro.
Yeah,
man,
he's
he's not
crazy.
here, is he?
No, he's in LA. He's
Okay.
down.
Oh,
He's
no,
running around
okay.
somewhere. Probably
Okay, we don't want to say nothing crazy then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, yeah, he's-
when was the last time he was arrested?
man, I don't even know.
Does he ever get like women on your name?
Oh, shrapnel.
Yeah.
He gets all the shrapnel, bro.
Uncle Rob.
Yeah. He has women coming over like, Bob, what the hell you doing? It's 10 o'clock. He's like, oh, she was just dropping me off.
Yeah, hey,
she wants a
nephew,
shirt signed.
We gonna need one of them passes for old girl.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna need a pass.
He
You know
comes
what I'm
up. He comes up.
What's
he
your
goes-
real name?
Yeah.
What's your real
We
name?
fly to New York. He's like, Cody. He started talking to Cody because I need 3 tickets. He goes, I got some girls coming. I'm like, I'm not gonna give you 3 tickets. I'll give my family tickets.
Like,
Come
this,
on,
like, man, yeah, like there ain't 3 real relatives. You know what I'm saying? That I can give tickets to at this
I'm gonna
moment.
give them to your girl.
Yeah, like
Crazy.
and even if you just went for dookies and giggles and say, "Well, what's their names?" He's like, "One is Cheryl. I don't know.
One,
Do you need
2,
last
and 3.
names too? All right, let me call you
The
back."
government said, let me get them. I just found them on Facebook. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm like, it's FaceTime. And
Hey
I'm
man,
like,
when you made it, it was like we made it.
oh yeah.
yeah.
Hey, the after party
Oh yeah.
after the cruise fight was crazy. Yeah, Faber, that's what he said. He was like, looked around. He's like, Faber's in the in the after party. And my mom actually came out. My
dope.
stepdad. It was a great time. Like I was beat up from the fight. I actually tore my knee in the fight. So I'm like, you know how crazy
Everybody
it
else
is.
partying, having a great
Yeah,
time.
great time. Like that's what the after parties after the fights for everyone else, but you.
Yeah,
But you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Man, I just got done with the war, like 25 minutes of a fight, and so Faber comes around. He has 2 girls. He's like, looks around. He goes, Cody. He goes, you're a bomb that just went off. He goes, this is the shrapnel.
I heard that. Yeah, I take the shrapnel.
My wife was like,
Yeah,
she's like,
you like, baby.
he said, you better take all the shrapnel away from Cody.
Like, yeah, you like, baby.
I
talk
backed
about
my
for
ass
them.
back in the corner like,
Yeah. Knee all busted. No, y'all enjoy yourself. Please, y'all
I'm gonna
enjoy
sit this
yourself.
one out.
No. My eye is stitched up, please. Is that you? Yeah, that is you. You're right. All right.
Taking out the ice from the bottle service.
Yeah.
on his knee.
I'm just gonna take the bottles out and put my hand in there. Please,
Chilling.
enjoy the party. Enjoy
Ice-
the party.
ice bath.
Man, it is a pleasure to have you in the
man.
neighborhood,
Yes.
man. Like I said, I wish you nothing but great skill,
wait,
man.
man.
And
It's gonna be
as
dope.
always, they got my pay-per-view. UFC 227 is going down
Yep.
this Saturday, August 4th. If you cannot make it out to the Staples Center, I encourage you to
Get
get
it.
this brawl that's going down on pay-per-view.
And you know what I
Cody?
love about UFC now, man? I love the prelims. I love the Fight Pass prelims. Like,
Yeah, man.
everything now is just fight after fight. Like, it's dope, man. Great content, man.
Yeah, and you guys,
Great
y'all get in
fights.
there and you guys do it, man.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sitting on my couch,
Hell yeah, that's the best way to do it.
fat and healthy and loose skin, and you know what I'm saying? Just
I wish I was there too, but I gotta get this title back.
somebody got to do this.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You go do that.
We'll be there when I'm done.
How many
Yeah, yeah.
tattoos do you have?
Man, I
You don't know, huh?
I got my first tattoo at 13.
Wow.
Damn.
Who tattoos a 13-year-old? Uncle Robert?
Right. It sounds like you did.
Hey,
This is
Cody,
Cody.
you got to get in the car. You got to get in the car.
Damn.
We gotta get you some tattoos.
Yeah.
No, my
Damn.
uncle
Hard.
Mike was actually a tattoo artist, but he was in and out of prison, and he was a heroin addict. I was like, oh, I never let that guy touch
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So I'm good.
You got to pop the
Actually,
needle
went to
open in front of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I went to
saying?
this. I went to this lady called Sin on Skin. Her name was Sin.
Uh-huh.
You know, her tattoo shop was Sin on Skin. She tattooed.
You won't do
Sin
any
on
facial
skin, I like
tattoos
that.
and bring out an album?
I think that's what you have to do to be a rapper. now.
Yeah.
Get tatted from your face to your
You
heel.
gotta have it,
Pretty
you know,
much,
or
sides
else you're not gonna be
everywhere.
successful. All right, well, Cody, thank you for
Yeah,
coming
man.
into the
Thank you
neighborhood,
guys,
man.
man.
All righty, it is Big Boy's
Big Boy.
neighborhood.